So here we have a race to 7. Both these gentlemen are undefeated, and this is going to be, I believe, their sixth match in a 128 player flow chart, and they're both undefeated to this point in time. And Kang Lee is from New York. He's on the break. This is 10 ball, called ball. A 10 ball does not count on the break shot. It spots up, and the breaker continues to have an option to shoot or push. Kang hit him a little too hard and broke dry. I've been watching this table play for the last 10, 12 hours, and I've seen that the boys that hit the balls smoother on these break shots on this table will get balls to go in the side pocket and very predictable paths on the 1 ball and the cue ball. But here we go, Zippler at the table. This young man has improved in the last 4 or 5 years. I played with him in American rotation, and he's done nothing but improve. He's excellent one-pocket player and a good tactician. Kang may have stronger ball-making skills or stroke, but Tom likes to moves like a ghost, like they say. Well, he can spin this ball with lots of left. I don't know why he would call it. If he makes it, he won't have a shot on the 2.
Nice shot there.
I think Tom's best move is to lock up a ball.
All right, everybody in short right, back to the corner, back to the corner.
Nice try, but I got him punching this ball back for the 2 on your top left corner on the screen.
I think this is going to be it. I mean, they're a little congested, but I think the key shot is going to be right here. Play the 2 ball.
Right.
Set up for the 3.
He wants to get straight in on the 2 to to the top left corner on the screen. That's a little farther than he'd have liked.
I think he's going to be okay. He might have to juice it a little bit. Maybe hit it with a little bit of top. Try to roll it. See if he can get it off of that.
He's liable to play this in the side. Now he's going to play the corner, but he's going to have a sharper angle on the 3.
Yeah, he had to hit it a little bit more juice.
We hit it good. He'll draw this ball across, but the trouble is if he does that, he might catch a piece of the 7 coming off the rail. No,
Did it? Yes. Wow.
That's close.
Real close. Off queuing over the 10.
he had to play the punch because he knew if he drew the ball, he would have been going near the 7. I don't think he likes it. In fact, I know he doesn't like it.
He's going for the make.
He's gonna
Try to swerve this ball.
He's gonna play a little swerve curve, and it'll take some nerve. For him to stay on serve. Swerve and curve, and it'll take some nerve to stay on serve.
His mind there.
He might just thin the ball and come up table and be a citizen. Oh, he sold out. Tommy might have to get the rake for this shot. Or a cue extender.
2 rails, try to bring the 2 down between the 7 and the 10.
He's just going to come off the long rail and real easy. That's perfect. Jacked up on the 10. That's terrible.
Manageable, but not ideal.
No, this is rugged. You kidding? He's going right at the 9. Yeah, he didn't like it.
Yeah.
He's gonna get away with a leave, but you only get so many good opportunities in sets like this, and you must get out. Otherwise, no fooling. A 3 cushion game is a game that's been ignored over the generations. Really only popular in places with large ethnic populations like New York, Miami, Los Angeles. Places that feature lots of. He nicked it.
That was a pretty good shot there.
He put the garlic breath on that 7. That part I don't know. The great Kang Lee, I don't know. There might be, as many Lees in the phone book in Seoul, Korea as I don't know. I don't think they're all related, but who knows? Could be. I remember a Mr. Lee that was around Maryland here.
I used to see him at Jack and Jill's periodically, right?
Right. He had his own. He had the USA Billiards in Laurel, and he also had a room for a time up in Rosedale in Baltimore, northeast Baltimore County. And he also, his last room was in Woodlawn in the Security Square Mall. Mr. Lee, he was also an excellent billiard player. Good pool player too. I played Mr. Lee a couple times. He was real tough at billiards. Sold out. Slight angle. Good look at it on this shot that he's got about 90% ball. Tendency is to overcut this ball.
Oops.
This one's tough. In fact, I almost half like seeing him. Yeah, he's going to bank this ball, and that's understandable. Good shot from Tommy. Yeah, one was Young Lee, and the other older brother owned USA Billiards in Laurel. Played there a lot. That was a nice spot. Tommy Zippler takes a 1-0 lead over Mr. Kang Lee.
Folks, if you're just joining us, my name is Wayne Everhart from ThinkTech MD. This is TTMD Billiard Streaming. So we're out here today at the B&L 2022 10-ball open, $5,000 added. We're getting down to the final players. We're at Center Pocket in Bowie, Maryland. If you've never been to this facility, they have 25, I believe, 7-foot diamonds and 5 9-foot Rassins. One of the Rassins is a former Moscone Cup, I believe, practice table. So a real nice facility. If we have any tournament directors out there that are interested in our services, we do provide our services. And you can just reach out to me and we can work out a deal. Sometimes it's just a matter of just getting the right sponsorships in place. All right.
I'm George Hammerbacher, a longtime instructor and player, calling the action.
Tom Zippler to break.
Here we go. The cue ball got buffeted around, and now he's going to roll. We got to roll out.
Push out by Tom.
This one here is a real good cross bank that he can't pass up. Plus, if he plays the left English on this ball, he'll go into the 3-5 and get shape on the 2. This might have been a loose push from Tommy if he decides to bank this and do what I say. Yep. Tommy rused that push.
You saying he baited him into that push, into that shot? You knew he was going to take the cross corner bank?
Of course.
Yeah, exactly.
He had to
Nice
twist
shot
it a
there
little
by
bit,
King.
yeah. He's gonna play this like a citizen to the short side, I think. I don't think he's gonna do anything frisky with this ball.
Let's go, Thomas Haas. Pulling for you, buddy.
Like I said, played to the short side. And that nice natural angle, go to the middle of the table and round up his tap ends. Both of those guys were students of mine. both Mike Shields. Aaron Nicodemus is in Arizona right now, living in Arizona. Used to take Riggy up to in those days to the Nick's Billiards in Reisterstown, a room I ran in the early 90s. I knew Mike Shields from the Blue Jay days. Yeah, that greenies too. You got it. Nice routine. And Tommy Rude that push.
1-1. Want to race to 7.
That kind of unfolded the way it looked, didn't it?
Yeah.
That one ball was sticking his little yellow paint out there, just begging to be banked, and those cluster laid for an inside hit. It was still had to execute. There are people that got all the understanding in the world, but don't have the application.
Yes. It all comes down to execution. You can have it all in your head, but you can't execute it. Part of the equation.
Curtis, I've been doing very, very well, thank you. Been teaching pool. I've been on the mics for about the last eight or so years on different regional events and some other events. And I still live about a mile and a half from Blue Jays in the old VIP. It's sort of an editorial is that the casinos ruined all those pool rooms in Baltimore County. Casinos ruined them all.
You're saying people are going to pool slots and playing cards rather than go to the pool rooms? Or are you talking about tournaments in the...
Well, they see the pool rooms in those days, Wayne, you may not... They had draw poker machines.
Yes, I'm familiar.
That was the major source of their income.
Well, that's kind of the problem, right?
And they could charge $2 an hour to play on gold crowns. That were perfect gold crowns, and the pool was really a front.
That's the problem. The pool room wasn't really. It was more of a front for the gambling rather than for pool. So,
but still, once the casinos opened up, those vending operators that own those places had no recourse but to close down, and that meant that the only places you could go were places you had to be 21, like a bar, and. I used to get juniors, all kinds of juniors and students like Aaron Nicodemus, and flat out, I've had like no junior players since the casinos, not a one.
Well, we're going to have to fix that because we've got plenty of juniors out there looking for instruction, and this area is full of juniors. So we're going to have to fix that for you, George. And just to sort of add on to the conversation about the situation of pool and where it was, and if my recollection growing up in the pool rooms is, it was a lot of gambling, it was a lot of staying up late, a lot of shooting pool, but then going and playing cards, and it really wasn't treated as a sport per se. And I think with the movement of all these tournaments, and some of them are grueling, that there's a shift taking place from people being hustlers to being athletes. And I think that's great for the sport. So it just seems what we have to do with what we're doing, how we take and progress the sport. But I think we're on the right path. I think as soon as we can start making the sport healthy and getting sponsors that are outside the sport, you're not going to get sponsors outside the sport if you're tied in to shady activities. So we need to clean things up a bit, get those sponsors out there, and build these venues and build. I mean, it's there. The opportunity's there. It just takes a little insight and some people willing to go against the grain a little bit.
Christian, I have special rates for both junior and senior players, and you know, I do all hands-on instruction, and I'm PBIA advanced level, which is the only reason I didn't get to master was I didn't have a storefront. That I was going to have a pool room or a billiard academy that was a storefront. But I've been doing this a long time, and I love watching kids just learn and develop. Aaron Nicodemus was the last really good junior player I had, and he was close to year 2000 or so was the last good junior player I've had. But I've had several that won regional tournaments, including Aaron. I met Mike Davis through Aaron at a tournament in York a long time ago. Let's see what this shot here is. Oh, man. That was just barbaric what he just did.
That was an impressive shot.
Barbaric. It looks like...
Come on, Tommy. Keep fighting, buddy.
Well... This is
talking about Thomas Haas over there on battling Sean Wilkie. He's down 6-4.
That's tough in an alternate break race to 7 format, but it's not impossible. See, most of these people that play the bar table game will just go down one rail on either side of the 10 that's featured amidships, even though the big table shot is around 3 rails.
Uh-oh.
And he's in the drink.
Uh-oh.
He might be on the lake. He might be on the lake. And that would be Lake Titicaca, of course. Where the point now, he's good. Another turn, the point would have snuffed him. Oh,
wow.
He'll take it. It's in the dark. 2 games to 1. I'm in Catonsville. Eastern Shore. That's going to be like a solid hour and change to my place where I have all my equipment. I do go to them, but
oh, you do a video of their shootings just from behind them and anything like that. What do you do at your house, George, if you need your equipment?
I do right now, I gotta be that that the players, if they want to bring their own recording stuff, they can. The recording stuff I have is obsolete.
He just gave me the look like, hey, it's a little old.
but what I do have is a look at detail that maybe few do have.
Right. So you're saying you're just very comfortable training, coaching out of your house.
Well, yeah. But I'll come down to you. But you know, it's there'd have to be compensation for my time
Sure,
and
yeah.
all that, which would all be figured.
So the short of it, Christian, if you're willing to take a trip, you've got options for you. He'd be happy to train your 16-year-old. And if you need someone to come out your way and you want to make an appointment with George, he'd be happy to come out there if you can help him out with travel and some pay to do so.
Yeah. That's you know, and needless to say, it's refreshing to hear that there are younger people playing, because nowadays so many of them, all I see are all these kids, and all they want to do is slap on those devices, you know, and just keep doing this all day long, you know, with the cell phones and this and that.
There's no shortage of that, but I think that, you know, my exposure to the local area and the juniors over the last couple of years has led me to believe that there's a market there, there's interest, and it's just a matter of getting it out in front of the kids. And I mean, who doesn't like shooting pool, man? And once you get out there and start playing the game, it's hard not to get hooked into it. You know what I mean? So, you know, and it's positive, and as long as we keep it positive and we keep it out of the sort of the underbelly of pool, then there's plenty of opportunities for these children. And we're hoping with bringing in big sponsorships over the next couple of years that we can create an avenue for players to come up through like a farm system and make it to the pros. That's our goal.
Oh, sure. You know, back when I started to play, there was none of that. All the old players took all their secrets to the coffin with them.
That's exactly it, George. It was such a different time, right? I mean, you had a nugget of knowledge. They didn't share it. You had to go get your head beat in before you picked up the nuance.
I was instructed in the late 1960s. Nice hit by Champagne Ed Kelly, all-around world champion and one of the 5 best all-around players that ever chalked a Q in anybody's book, I would think. And that Ed was a road partner of a man I ran a pool room for in the late 1960s before I went into the Navy. And then when I came out for a while, Ed was my primary go-to guy, and he was taught by a physics professor in Connecticut that was more of a 3-cushion billiard player. But that was the background I have. And then it's the same old universe every day. The people always change because we're human, but the universe isn't human.
Uh-oh.
Well, Tommy still has a lot of pool to play, but he can fall down underneath on this 4.
Do you think Kang was just trying to be too fine with that combination? Trying to hit that 8-ball thin instead of catching it full?
No, he had to hit it like that, Wayne, to make it. It was a tough shot. Tom needs to make his ball and he isn't in a good position for the combo. When the 10, the carom, he's best if he's down on this right side of the table, where he can shoot the 5 up and run into the 10 on the inside.
Oh, wow.
That's going to cost him. Looks like Wilkie went to the hot seat match because Thomas is.
Yeah, he lost. He's over to the one loss side. Joy just let us know.
Oh. You know that's some shot. Joy, you know that's something that's crossed my mind from time to time, and I do have a lot of journalistic tendencies, and I've got a few stories too.
No question on that one.
This is going to be a probable scratch. Oh my goodness. He called that ball. What a shot. This
Man.
Come on, Tommy, stay down and stay on task. Okay. That'll play. I just saw Tommy on Friday night over at Brews playing in the weekly tournament there. Ooh. He got a little sloppy with that ball. Well, Mr. Z is going to take down game number 4. He's conceded the ball by Mr. Lee, and it's even at 2 apiece.
All right, folks, if you're just joining us, my name is Wayne Everhart from ThinkTech MD. We're here with George Hammerbacher. He's helping us out in the booth today. We're at Center Pockets in Bowie, Maryland. And if you have a minute, go ahead and share the stream, like it. Let's try to get that viewership up. And if you're looking to get involved with any of the tournaments, we have a couple of links up in the description. You can click on a link to check out the new Green Room Billiards. They've got tournaments going. You can check out B&L. They've got tournaments going. And then we have the Bob Stocks from TTMD Billiard Streaming. We have an event going on April 15th to 17th. That's the weekend before the Super Billiards Expo. If you're interested in that, just go ahead to our website, ttmdbilliardstreaming.com, and there's a registration form there up underneath the tournaments.
Brian, I can only say you thanks from the bottom of my heart for those kind words. I saw Mike Siegel teach up there up there at Johnny C's. In those days, it was still called Texas Q, I believe, in Cockeysville, Maryland, and that's a place that I opened up with John Carter in 1976, and Johnny also had the Alameda down in the city where the state tournaments were played, but I really appreciate that, Brian. I saw Mike. Mike was a guy that he would keep doing something and hope that you could learn by seeing, and a lot of people don't learn that way. They learn by listening and doing more so than they do by seeing, and everybody learns differently at a different pace, and I've had the honor of that over my career as a tree topped over the 8. He still has a little price to pay for this. But oh, he jumped at that ball. He might scratch too. Yep. That's a drag to miss a ball get like that. Sure. Many times. No man I ever saw worked any harder than John Carter. He recovered his own tables. He was a great table mechanic. And when the pool room was kind of going slow and I kind of asked him for more hours, he said, George, he said, I gotta make the money myself, and eventually I ran both the Alameda for him at different intervals and Johnny C's in the 1970s. And I don't know if his wife Vicky is still alive. I know she was quite sick. Vicky's father was a real pistol, Tony. He was a real pistol. These people are this is a turn on, just remembering people that I've known in this game. I originally met John Carter in 1967 at York Billiards on York and Belvedere in Baltimore, Maryland.
I just can't get over this. His memory is just ridiculous. This is amazing, George.
Oh, but she's still alive. I know she was in pretty dire straits.
Tom Zippler to break, down by 1, 3 games to 2, on a race to 7.
The Golden Q down there in Bladensburg, it was a place that ultimately got pretty rough, and that was when.
Where was that?
The Golden Q in Bladensburg, off of 450. They Jack Cooney, the great one-pocket hustler player, he got shot down there. Now, Buck bet telephone numbers. Buck listed to the right side with his bankroll. He was broke unless he had 60 grand in his pocket, and I couldn't. I wouldn't even do the buck disservice of being a strong scuffler to play a gambler like him. I wouldn't insult a gambler and take a 1 or 2 barrel shot at him. I respect the people that play the game and gamble too much to do that. And there I had to keep my distance. He was a guy I could have played, though, that's for sure, but you had to have very deep pockets. He listed to the side like he took a torpedo amidships and was listing to the starboard side, where his bankroll was.
Ball in hand.
Ball in
Kang Lee.
paw. I like him to roll into the 9-10 crotch and separate the 9-10. Even though, but the 8, you see, the 8 sets on for the 9, so that's why he's doing what he's doing. You see how the 8 is sitting. The 8 is going to be a nice lead ball to the 9. And if he clears to the deuce correctly, he should have no problem and draw it to the short side here.
How'd he hit it?
Pretty sporty, I might add. Joe Cataldi, dear friend of mine, one of my all-time favorite people. Joe was the most fun guy to play that I ever played. I played him at the Alameda a zillion times, and he never had to gamble a ton of money. But it was even fun getting your brains beat out by Joe because there was no grind in his game. He just got up 1-2 pumps and fire, and it was fun. I played my very best playing against Joe Cataldi. He was a fun man to play. Got 9th, 12th in last call for 9 ball, Atlantic City, around 1986, 87. Joe is still hitting balls up at Top Hat from time to time in Parkville, Maryland.
Well, that's where Tom Zippler's out of, Top Hat.
Yeah, he lives Harford County. I think he lives. See, this is the set. He's going to just fall perfect on this ball here, and going to draw back about an eyelash or stop on the front of the 8. He can't really afford to roll forward any, I don't think. He went forward a little bit and he got straight on this ball. I might have liked coming on the cut, but he might have thought the angle was too sharp. Yeah. A good friend of mine is playing in there steadily, who sees Reggie all the time.
So, George, what do you think about rotation pool on overly tight pockets? We're trying to play rotation pool on like a table that's set up for one pocket. Because while we're on the subject of Top Hat, they went through and modified all their 9-foot tables for one pocket. And they're maybe 4 inches, but I don't even think they're 4 inches. I think they're probably 3 3/4. You can fit a ball and maybe 2/4 of a ball in the pockets. And trying to play rotation pool on tables like that, what do you think about that?
It's I don't like it, and the reason I'm kind of a purist, but I can only tell you this. You see, rotation sports involve playing cue ball paths up the table and playing very intricate tangent lines. And when you have a pocket that is less than 2 balls wide, that's going to take away a lot of the artistry.
Yeah, exactly. That's my thought. Because you start babying balls into pockets, you can't really do anything with them and cheat the pockets at all.
That or 14-1. Same thing, really. In fact, I watched the world tournaments that they played with them. What's that?
You're fine. I was trying to get Tom's attention. You're fine.
I was watching the 14-1 tournaments, and even back a ways, they had the table set at about 4 7/8 inches, the corner pockets across the points, and 5 1/8 across the sides, and that.
It just changes the game. It creates like a moving game with some hybrid of 1 pocket / 9 ball and rotation pool, and it's not the same game.
But you see, here's the thing though, and I got a couple comments, and people have asked me this all the time.
I'm sorry, guys. I missed the winner of the last rack. I was too busy talking. If someone saw who won the last rack, I'll go ahead and add it.
The sweaters will know.
Yeah, I know they will. They'll let me know.
One of you guys is John Carter.
Neither. John Carter was a man I ran a pool room for back in the 1970s. And
He's not here?
He's asking if he's here.
no, he's in Jacksonville, Florida.
George. It's George here.
You're George?
Yeah.
Here, this is for you. That's John Carter's number.
Thank you.
I was told to give that to you.
Thank you.
Yep.
Nobody, like I said, ever
Thank you, Ashley.
worked any harder than John Carter. I would get tired just watching him. That was John. They speak of John Carter, and like I said, he was a guy that had the Alameda pool room in Baltimore, Maryland, Northeast Baltimore at Belvedere in the Alameda. He had York Billiards in that same general area, York and Belvedere, and he also ran had the John Texas Q in Cockeysville, Maryland, on Cranbrook Road and Church Lane.
Brian, are you the gentleman that just had someone stop over to the booth and drop off a card?
Oh yeah, I got it, and I appreciate that. I'm gonna give John a call. Hopefully he isn't gonna yell out on me, but. I spoke to him like on a speakerphone last year. One of his guys that worked for him later on, a younger guy named Dennis, covered tables for him. We were talking going to a baseball game in Bowie, Maryland, right down here to the Bay Sox. Come on. Well, that Zippy was a cartoon character by Bill Griffith. He had the pinhead, remember that one? I've been going to some ball games with him, Brian. Essentially going to the Bowie Bay Sox. Checking out the people that still don't have it made.
One thing about college sports and semi-pro sports, those guys are playing for the right reasons. You know what I mean?
Bowie Bay Sox are Double A, and they're getting. Actually, most of them are being put up by people in the region, either for room or board or something like that. And that's Dennis H., right? Oh, yeah, he still is. He's like 60 some years old. I think he's going to be 64. And still plays pretty good pool, too. Always kept in good shape. That's a good shot. Floated it in good. Tommy is. This is center bottom edge. This is his perfect half ball shot. Five to 2 in favor of Mr. Lee.
We have a minute. I'd like to say thank
Brian.
you to the New Green Room Billiards sponsor, to Chantel Rico and all the folks over there at the New Green Room. Thank you for supporting us. If we have their event calendar in our description, you can check them out. Always something going on over there at the New Green Room. That's the home of the Maryland APA. If you're looking to get on a team, they also have availability. Check out the New Green Room. Tom Zippler to break, down 2 games to 5.
Big game here. Don't hit him too hard, Tommy. Oh, he crushed him again.
He just can't help himself.
He made 3 balls on the break. But we saw how good that smooth break was working.
Well,
where they were shaping the one
that's
every
the
shot.
thing. You definitely control the cue ball better that way.
And shape on the one.
That's it. It's going to sit in the pocket for you.
Tommy's going to cut the room rent. The sheriff, the landlord, and the locksmith are knocking on the door.
Boy, hit that good.
And he's coming up the fire escape with the cash. That was a wonderful hit, trailing 5 to 2 from Tommy. He's going to have to get busy.
Oh no.
That's a little less than desirable because his cue ball's going to get away with. He touches 6 with his arm.
So we're not playing all ball fouls. It's the incoming player's option to put it back or leave it where it's at.
We better hope he hits the 6 flush. That could have been worse. Could have been worse.
Fortunate with that roll.
That he does. You can't ask for any more than this right here. Just punch it out a little bit and get straight in on the 9 and put a game on your beat on your side here. Sure need one. That was a little bit of a contortion there.
Oh my.
That was. He just looks like he's.
Does it look like he's popping up to you?
He's popping up and he's gotten quick with his delivery. He got away with
All
it,
right, Tommy.
but let's say something that was as routine as death and taxes turned into. You see this guy here, you know, at the operators of center pocket. What they really got to sell here, they sell food and drink, right?
Yeah.
But what they do need to sell are deodorant sticks for the sweaters here. And this
I thought you were talking about me, man.
this guy, no.
Thanks, George.
I took my monthly shower this morning, as a matter of fact. No, actually, you know that
Kang need a break.
5-3, big one. If Zip can win this game, he's right back on serve.
Thank you to Center Pockets for having us out, and
Yeah.
you guys are doing a great job. So just keep doing what you're doing, and we'll be here to support you.
Yeah, that's my first time in here, and I watched some events from here. You know, big events that you had last season, and needless to say, this is a nice venue, perfect for events with a large field, great equipment. Players always come out. Let's see here. He's going to try to float to the short side, I think.
Paul O.
No.
Table 2.
He got away with it.
Russ Redhead.
Actually, that's a pretty sweet shot. It's going to give him a nice line into the 3.
Andrew 2. Chris Matter. Table 6. Isabel Pookie. Table 7. Raul Del Cid.
That's a good angle. That'll give him some clearance on the 9 to get into the 5.
Brian Proctor.
This shot here,
Table 9.
he'll be rolling the ball on the bottom, and just this ball should only have pocket speed.
Yeah, exactly. I think he just wants to try and drop this ball into that side pocket and leave himself a shot for the 5 in the corner. Oh, he's
He
much more firm than I was expecting.
and made a mistake. I couldn't quite see his angle, in all fairness to the player. But it looked like he had the fat pocket and a bottom roller to the 5. But it was his shot, not mine.
Melvin Tolson. Kelly Daniel. Table 13.
Oh!
Wow.
He has misplaced his mineral.
Well, one person's misfortune is another person's opportunity. So Tom has a chance to get within 2 here.
Get within 1. He's 5-3.
That's right. Get within 1. My
And
bad.
be on the break.
That's right.
Be on serve.
Thanks for keeping me straight there, George.
People in the short rack event, we are using 10-foot racks. There should be one at every table.
That's a good shot. He'll drag his rock to the 8, I believe, to the top right corner. Or is he going to come across?
Brian, Paul
Dragged it-
played
dragged
a little
his
earlier.
rock.
I'm not sure if he's playing now. I can look into that for you.
That's a good shot from Tommy, and he's right back in the match, 5-4, and win the break.
Paul has advanced. He's in the. He's just waiting for the winner of match. Let's see if I can find it.
What's he in the 5th, 6th spot?
Yeah.
The 5th, 6th, playing for 4th.
One thing about this challenge bracket, it's hard to see everything on the screen. There we go. So Paul Crimes will play the winner of this match.
You mean the loser?
Excuse me, the losers of this match. That's correct.
That's a huge bump. This is like a triple bump shot to win this match because you're guaranteed 3rd, and otherwise you're battling up a very, very hostile loser's side. 5 from 5th, 6th, and then 4th. You got to win 3 matches to get back here. Good break shot. He's got a shot on the 1, the deuce. He made the 9, and the deuce is gone. Good shape to the 3 ball. His real puzzle looks like the 7-10 up top in the right-hand corner, but he should have shape on the 3. Here he's going to bump the 4, except that this angle's a little steep. I think he's going to have to jack up. He doesn't like this path particularly, I don't think, based on his body language.
So it says Paul Crime plays the loser of 204, and I can't find 204 on the bracket.
Andrew 2, Chris Madden, table 6.
I don't see it. How's that possible?
Kevin Krause, Liz Park,
Is it up high?
table 20.
No.
Oh, maybe. There it is. Yeah, it's. I was right. He plays the winner of Kang Lee and Tom Zippler. Excuse me, loser of Kang Lee and Tom Zippler. I'll get it right eventually, George.
David Stanley, David Zasina, table 19. Dave Stanley, Dave Zasina, table 19.
Well, here there's good news, and he might end up playing the 6 to the
Exactly,
7
guys, my
for the
bad.
bank.
It's trying to look at the bracket on my screen. Still have enough real estate. I'm scrolling all over the place trying to find it.
That's a good shot, but he's straight in and he's flat.
Dave Zasina, report to table
Yeah, 204 is the match we're watching.
Yep,
Yeah.
exactly.
Trey Howard, Mary Watkins, table 23. Trey Howard, Mary Watkins, 23.
This is a critical moment here. It's 5-4. It's
Gary
a
Muhammad, 22.
critical shot. I almost like
Sorry,
a
folks,
safety.
got caught up digging around in the bracket. Failed to update the
Yeah.
score.
Sanders, Mark Andrews,
That's trouble.
18.
His safety puts his cue ball
Brandon Williams,
headed towards the left side pocket.
Swan and Brandon, 14.
That's suspect at best.
Thomas Haas, Raphael DeBreo, table 11. Thomas Haas and Raphael DeBreo, table 11.
Big shot here.
Brackets for the short brackets posted to the event and the group.
He sculled out. He got lucky. He overcut the ball playing for the corner and went straight in the side. He got lucky. You better not sit down too hard there, son. He might eject horseshoes. That's a gruesome game to lose for Tommy. But he had no business trying to do anything with the 6, in my humble opinion. But he's the guy in the Final Four on the winner's side in this event, and I'm just an old goat with a lot of experience in the booth that isn't doing the shooting. It's always different when you're shooting anyway compared to. I never missed a ball yet from the booth.
It's amazing how that happens.
Yeah, it's almost it's almost ungodly.
All right, Kang Lee to break, leading 6 games to 4 on a race to 7.
Still, this is the one he wants to.
Break and run if you're Mr. Kang.
Made the ball on the side. Got an opportunity. Got to move the cue ball big distance, and there's really only one place that's any good, and that's straight in on the deuce.
Mark Andrews, table 18.
He either goes 2 rails with the punch right, or he plays the high left ball, and it's a 6 of one and half a dozen of the other. This shot's a little flat for the first shot,
Yeah, I think you got to hit this one high left.
and a
And
little
try to-
thin.
yeah.
It's a little thin for the
Raphael
other.
DeBreo, table
Yeah.
11.
I think if you try to take this 2 rails, you're going to get in trouble. And that's the second option you were talking about.
Yeah, That's about as good as he could have hoped. Now,
Ran it a little bit.
but you know what? He's got a gapper. You see, he can play the two, cut it in the corner, stun to the first diamond, pass the side, and come 3 rails to the 3. He's gonna hit right above the side pocket, go past the 5, and come around 3 rails to the 3
Don't
ball.
want to touch that 10 ball going by.
He won't touch it.
Well done. Oh, just like you called it,
He
George.
dogged the ball though.
Yeah.
Overcut it. That changed the path of the ball completely. Tommy has a chance.
And I think he's got to take this rack right here. This is his time.
If he doesn't, he's going to be shaking hands or pumping fists.
Yeah.
'Cause this is his last opportunity. Uh,
7-10.
Tough. He's going to have to spin to the 5 ball. Oh no! That was
Trying to draw into the stack there.
yeah. Well, the thing with this is it's just as well. If he misses this ball, his cue ball's coming back down. He didn't hurt himself. But anytime you give up the turn at the table, there's always collateral damage.
No, and where the 7's at, if you can get a line into it coming in fairly full, it's a pretty easy safety shot.
This is a wild cue ball. If he cuts the side. This one, he could conceivably pinch this in the rail high left ball. This is, but he had trouble beating the scratch and going cross corner. That was why he dropped his hands. The body language and the address.
Yeah, he's not liking the 7 ball. 6 ball's bad to try to get on the 7 from here. And
I like him playing safe on this ball, coming 2 rails and back behind those 3.
I gotta agree, George. I think there's no benefit to make this ball.
That's a billiard shot of the highest order.
I'm gonna put that one on the old. That's going on the replay reel. That's a pretty spiffy shot right there.
Actually, this is. I wouldn't even risk the jump here, because if you hit these balls, you might as well shake his hand.
Just like you called it, George.
Oh, he got a little lucky. There's a glimmer of hope.
I don't know if the 7-10. What's that look like?
No, that's
Two
it.
flags gonna go right into this first diamond. Yeah.
Well, he has to get right where the 8 is. That's where he's got to get. Come across 1 rail or float to it. He's going to player's choice. Right where the 8 ball is, that gives him the natural to the
Madison,
7 to
called that,
float to
buddy.
the 9.
That was a beautiful shot.
Beautiful
And
3
unless
cushion.
you have that little piece of knowledge in your brain, that tool in the tool belt, you just don't see it.
They play on these 5x10 billiard tables with 300 cloth, and here they are on a 7-foot table, but the same laws of the universe still apply. A great call indeed. I like him coming across. He's going to play to the side pocket. He's going to call it 10. One
Two
rail,
rails, yeah, with the
one
nine
rail
ball sitting
bank.
there. Yeah, that's
one
it,
rail
ball.
bank.
That's it. One rail bank. Got the 9 ball sit there to help you make the pocket bigger.
Safe. He didn't call any pocket. Sold out too. Come on,
Wow.
Tommy. What can you can't ask for any more than this?
Yeah.
Condemned man ate a hearty meal. Oh, maybe
Got
not
lucky.
yet.
Yes. More fortune.
Yeah.
But I think Kang is just going to leave him cinched up on the 8 unless the 7 is touching the 8.
I think it is. It's hard to really tell, but that's another mistake. Now he's got the 2 railer back. Just got to get past the 8 ball and come 2 rails behind the 9. Or take the bank. If he's got it. He caught the 8.
Get back there. That's a pretty decent shot.
That's respectable.
I think
He-
Kang can still see the edge of the 7. Can't tell from here.
Yeah, he can hit it. He can hit his left side of the 7 for sure. However, he just caught a little chunk of the 8 ball, and that kept him from getting the 2 rails between the 9 and the cue ball and flush on the rail, you know. This is odds on the tough leave. Good shot again. Some real good strategic play. Tommy will just bank this to the middle rail there behind the 10 and go up table. That's about all I might be able to visualize for him at this point. He's called the corner, won the bank. He loves one
A little bit
pocket.
of a two-way shot here, right? Maybe get above the 8 ball here.
Yeah.
If you miss the 7, maybe the 7 ends up on the short rail. Good shot.
Good shot indeed. He's got to stay down now, Tommy.
Yeah, I do see him popping up, George. That's not like he did
Just
it again.
like,
He's just
yeah.
popping up right at the last second at contact.
Ho glutton. Looks like we're going to have a 6-5 contest here.
All right, 6-5. If you're just joining us, my name is Wayne Everhart, and I'm here with George Hammerbacher. We're out here at the Center Pocket in Bowie, Maryland. This is the B&L 2022 10-Ball Open Championship. $5,000 added. Thank you to Brian Kilgore and Lai Li for their efforts in putting this event together. We had 106 players, I believe, here in the field, George.
Yeah.
And so pretty stout field, nothing to put your head down about. Strong field. And I know they were slated to have almost 170 players. We had 50 players drop out at one point within the last 48 hours, which we were having a conversation about that yesterday. And if any of you people are, any of you folks are out there listening that happen to drop out of the event, just just sort of evaluate yourself a little bit. It's not a good look for the sport, and be considerate. Don't wait until the last minute to drop out of an event and then ask for your money back. Now, credit to Brian Kilgore, he gave almost $400 in greens fees back to players, and that's a credit to him. But it's not good for the sport, and I expect more from our friends and family out there in the pool community.
I'll be right back.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna make a couple phone calls.
So we're just waiting for Tom to get back from his 5-minute break, and George is going to take a small break too. Michael, what event are you talking about in particular? Are you talking about a B&L tournament? Are you talking about an event here at Center Pocket? TTMD, we have a tournament coming up April 15th to 17th at First Break Sports Bar, and that is a 9-ball, $3,000 ad with a $160 entry fee. So it's going to be a pretty stout purse. You can check us out. I'll go ahead and put that link there, Michael, in the chat room. It's hard to say, Michael, because Center Pockets aren't really the tournament promoters and the tournament directors. They're just the facility in which folks schedule their events. So probably what you should do is monitor some of the tournament director pages and pay attention to when they're putting an event here at Center Pocket. But that being said, I'm going to go ahead and still put a link in the chat room. And if you just check our description of our event, you'll see some links there. You can check out the new green room. They have events there. B&L, they have tournaments all over Maryland. Check them out. If you're just looking for Center Pocket, you just have to monitor these groups, because I don't think Center Pockets actually puts out their event calendar per se. All right, so Tom Zippler to break, down 5 games to 6 on a race to 7.
Christy Hurdell and Jackson Strong, table 9. Christy Hurdell and Jackson Strong, table 9.
Why don't we go ahead and put that event information for the JP Newton in the chat? I'll be right back.
Daniel, Earl Strickland, Adam Green, table 12.
Roberto Valenzuela, Smitty Smith, table 20. Come up and get your scorecard. Christy Nordell, Jackson Strong, table 9. Please come up and get your scorecard.
Well, the writing could be on the wall here. So in the chat, I just put a couple of links. Apologies for the little disconnect there, but I did want to make sure that we promote the JP Newt Tour. We'll be doing their stream all this year. I think we have 12 events on the schedule. The first link I put in the chat is the Ladies Open. That's March 16th to 17th. No, excuse me, March 5th to 6th. My bad. March 5th, 6th. March 5th and 6th. So just check it out, and also put in the JP Newt Ladies event schedule for the entire year. So our ladies that are out there listening, do yourself a favor, just take a minute, check out the event schedule. It's not very often that you get a chance to play with this caliber of ladies in a field, and we have lots of opportunity for entry to intermediate level players to really learn something from top tier ladies, from say Linda Shea, who often does clinics. And you've been listening to George Hammerbacker all day, and he's also there for the tour. He's there doing the commentary, but often he'll take some time and help out the ladies with some of their games. So lots of opportunity for the women. Take a look at the schedule, and don't be afraid to reach out and get on a list. All right, so that's it. 7-5, Kang Lee over Tom Zippler. My name is Wayne Everhart from ThinkTech MD. This is TTMD Billiard Streaming. We'll be right back